Hello there friends, today I wanted to make a quick review on the Shure SM7B, perhaps the most reviewed microphone of all time. It's a cardioid dynamic microphone, retailed at about $400, which puts it in a very tough competition because that's a very high price range, but it has a very beautiful sound and I think it justifies it. So I'll let you be the judge of that by the end of this video. Anyway, let's get to the mic. And now onto the microphone. If you're considering getting the Shure SM7B, there's a few things to keep in mind. This microphone is really robust. I mean, it's heavy, it's made completely out of metal with very little plastics in the way. There's a bit of rubber where the XLR cable gets connected to the mic, that's pretty much it. Now the microphone also conveniently has a few switch pads in the back, which should give you the option to give yourself a high pass or a high shelf, which should increase the intelligibility of words, especially when there's a big foam filter, the one that Shure gives you with the microphone. Now, as I said before, this microphone is very hefty. So if you want to buy this, make sure that you're buying a really fancy microphone stand as well. I recommend the Rode PSA-1, but there's a few other options like the Elgato Wave Arm. That one's great as well. Now, this microphone needs no introduction. I'm sure you've heard it and you've seen it a million times. It has to be the second, if not the most popular microphone there is for broadcasting. Now, the distance between the grill and the capsule is made to force a little bit less of a proximity effect and to make the sound more neutral, as well as the foam here. Now, the foam creates a small room inside the microphone like so, and that in turn means that the foam plus the metal right here mean that there's going to be a quite bit of what I would like to call entrapment of the voice to reduce reverbs and room sounds. On the bottom of the microphone, we can find the XLR port and the microphone stand threading right here. This microphone boasts a very dark and warm sound. Some people might find it too much, but for most people, it is pretty pleasing. It can work for vocals or singing, for speech, and even for instruments. It is practically like an SM57 or an SM58, which are Shure microphones that are about $100, which is 1/4 the price, except it is upgraded in every single aspect.
And I don't think that it makes sense to make a Shure SM7B review without having an audio sample, so this is what the SM7B sounds like. I don't really know why I just turned British, but that's sort of not the point. Look, you can tell that the sound is a bit dark. The treble is not very there, but personally I like that. It's a very warm, very soft, deep sound. And I like it. It does great for my voice and for most voices I've heard. So yeah, that will be all.
Now, two quick things to keep in mind when you're talking about this microphone is that 1, this microphone needs a lot of gain. You need to have either a really good audio interface, or you need to buy a cloud lifter or a fathead or a... And the second thing is, unfortunately, in 2024, there are a lot of fakes of this microphone. So if you're gonna buy it, be sure to buy it from a trusted source. Because even if for your ears the fake one might not sound that much different, it will be in the long run. Now, the last question to ask is, who is this microphone made for? I would say if you do broadcasting, if you do even singing, if you do any kind of podcasting as well, I would highly recommend the SM7B if you can spare the price. If you cannot, then the SE-V7 sounds great. The SM57 also would do great, and the SM58 would do as well. It would also help you a lot if you're sitting in an untreated space like mine. But I think that's all for today's video. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me below, and have a good night.